Hello everyone. In this video, we will look at chance and probability, which is the last topic in our chapter data handling. Now, before we go and look at the probability, let's first understand the terms which are related to probability. When we talk about probability, we are talking about certain actions or certain experiments whose results cannot be predicted. For example, tossing a coin. We can get a head, we can get a tail. Throwing a dice, I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot predict which event will happen. What I will get, whether I will get 1 or 3 when I throw a dice, I cannot predict it. So such experiments are called random experiment. And the definition of random experiment itself gives us new term called outcome. So outcome is the experiment's value, whatever the value the experiment can produce. For example, we said that when we throw a dice, we can get 1, we can get 2, we can get 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the outcomes of that experiment. If I toss a coin, then I get head or tail. So that is an outcome of the experiment. Now we know when we perform a random experiment, we get various outcomes. So in case of throwing a dice, we get outcomes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 different outcomes. And I am interested in getting a 6 so that I can start. So the favorable outcome for me is getting a 6. Maybe in another game, the favorable outcome can be getting an even number. In that case, I am interested in 3 outcomes, getting 2, getting 4 or getting 6, because all these numbers are even numbers. So when we have set of favorable outcomes, we call it an event. So while discussing random experiment and event, we spoke about outcomes. Some of them were the total outcomes, and some of them were favorable outcomes. So outcomes are always divided into favorable outcomes and the total outcomes. Now what is equally likely? When we talk about this random experiment, we believe or we know that the outcome of the experiment or the chance of occurring any particular outcome of the experiment is equally likely. For example, if I throw a dice and I get 6, the next person, will he get a 6? Yes, he may. Will he not get a 6? Yes, he may not get a 6. So the chance of the second person getting a 6 is equally likely as me. So there is no difference between the chance of getting a 6 between me and the second person. It is not dependent on the person, not dependent on situation. It is basically equally likely. Now we have understood these various terms related to probability, and now let's define probability. Probability or chance is likeliness of occurrence of the favorable outcome or event. And mathematically, it is defined as probability is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Let's look at this more closely using an experiment. So if I throw a dice, what are the total number of observations I can get? I can get 1. Will I get a 7 or 8 or 9? No, I will not get 7, 8, 9. I can only get one of these. So total number of outcomes in this case are 6. And let's say I am interested in getting even number. So I am interested in 2, in 4 and in 6. So there are 3 outcomes I am interested in. And therefore the probability would be number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes, which is equal to 3 upon 6, and that is equal to 1 upon 2. So that would be my probability in this case. Now what is the probability of me not getting a favorable outcome? So number of non-favorable outcomes. They are also 3, 1, 3 and 5. And so their probability also is 3 upon 6, and that is equal to 1 upon 2. And now if I add these two probabilities, I get 1. And hence we can conclude that sum of probability of favorable event and unfavorable event is 1. I am sure you have liked the video. Hit the like button and leave your views in the comment section below. Do watch our other videos on this topic. Subscribe our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications whenever we upload new videos. You may also download the QTube app at the link provided in the video description. Till we meet again, goodbye.